Hello there, Scorpio, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. Today, I'm going to be doing your October general reading. We'll take a look at the oracle cards to get the sense of the overall energy for the month of October, and then we'll go to the tarot to get any more details about any obstacles on your path or any advice that Spirit has for you. And if you're resonating with the message or enjoying the content that I create, I would really appreciate it if you would consider like, sharing, or subscribing. Okay, let's get into your reading. Let's take a look at the oracle cards first. Loyal heart, Scorpio. This is a general reading, so we'll try to stay on that path, but definitely a true soulmate coming on your path. So this could be romantic, but it could also be, a business partner or just a really dear friend. So let's see what else we have. Higher power, listening to your intuition. Following your intuition as far as this relationship goes. And it's so interesting. Pisces had some very similar energy. So you may be dealing with a Pisces. And finally, we have orphaned. Okay, so I get a sense that there is, you could already be in this orphaned energy. And, by listening to your intuition, by following what your spirit guides and angels are trying to help you with, you may be bringing in this new soulmate. So let's take a look at that. And, right now, the question why, you may be asking yourself, like, why did this happen? Why, why am I alone? What is the purpose? Sometimes, when we end a relationship, especially, a relationship that was, something that we thought was going to last a long time, we go into that why. What is the lesson I'm supposed to be learning here? Where do I go next? Why did it end? What could I have done differently? And when you're asking those questions, one of the things to do is to really listen intuitively to your spirit guides and angels to seek out the answers that you're looking for. Sometimes when we have a difficult ending to something, whether it's a romantic connection or just a friend connection, family, or even work connection, we can ask everybody around us, like, why do you think that ended? Or what was wrong with that person? Or, we go into that scenario. What could I have done differently? But I'm getting a true sense that you need to go within. The answers are truly within you. Sometimes it's nice to cry on somebody else's shoulder or something like that. But at the same time, the answers are really and truly within you. And your spirit guides and angels, when this higher power comes out, they're really trying to work with you. They want to help you overcome this orphaned energy because there is somebody on your path. You have this loyal heart here. So let's see, we're going to take a look at your present energy, areas of resistance or obstacles on your path, advice from Spirit, and finally the outcome if you take it. But Scorpio, you can have free will. You can do whatever it is that you think is best for you. Okay, your present energy is the Eight of Swords. This goes right along with this. The Eight of Swords is kind of like that energy, and we all do this. Of putting ourselves in this cage. It's self-imposed. Nobody has put this angel in the cage. And when you pull this card, it's about you are up in your head. You're putting yourself in this self-imposed cage. But look at that cage. The cage is actually, the top is actually open. The angel can definitely get out of that cage. They just have to stand up and step out. And that's the same message that I'm getting for you. You could be kind of like in this is a sense of self-doubt. Like, I don't know, what did I do wrong? You didn't do anything wrong, Scorpio. But when we have a painful ending, sometimes we get into this why. Why did it happen? What did I do wrong? What's wrong with that person? What could I have done different? We just go down that rabbit hole. And into this area of self-doubt that just keeps us in this perpetual orphaned energy, but it is about being able to step out of that energy. In the, the traditional tarot, the Eight of Swords is the woman, and the 8 swords are around her, and she has the blindfold on, and her hands are tied. It's that energy of you can take the blindfold off, and your hands are not really tied. You've tied them yourself. You've put yourself into this kind of lonely situation, and not to downplay whatever may have happened that has caused you to ask why. Right? But it's like your spirit guides are sending you this message that it's time to come out of the cage, because they have something better in mind for you. And that's what the other thing is that they want you to know that things do have to come to an end when they are not really what is best for you. The last relationship you were in, or the last job, whatever has ended, that had served its purpose. You had already learned those lessons, that it was time to move on. That was not the right situation for you any longer. Doesn't mean that it wasn't the right situation for you for a while, but it had kind of, played out its part on your journey, and it was time for it to end so that you could step into a new direction. But part of it is also overcoming this sense that, you're not sure why it happened. So let's see what your area of resistance is. Temperance. Having a hard time finding the balance. Finding balance within yourself. Of understanding that this was part of your journey. That there are lessons that you needed to learn. And the only way that, your spirit guides and angels felt like you could learn it was for that to come to an end. Part of this scenario is that you need to have more confidence perhaps in yourself. You may have allowed this person from the past, or this situation, this job, to help you identify who you were, right? So if you had a high-powered job, you may have identified yourself as an executive, or if you were in a romantic connection with, somebody that was really dreamy, right? You were like, yes, I can identify with the fact that I can be with somebody that's super dreamy. But it doesn't mean that that was the person that was necessarily for you, or that situation was not necessarily for you. It worked for a while, but now it's time for you to move in a new direction. I'm really getting the sense that it's about changing your perspective about the ending, starting to see the blessings of why something ended. So let's see what your advice is. 3 of Cups, yeah. It's celebrating. It's about celebrating you. It's about celebrating that ending. Like recognizing, being really grateful for why it ended. And stepping into this energy of, I'm going to start enjoying life again. If you look at it, this is the celebration card, and this is, alone and lonely, right? Not celebrating, all up in your head. And this is, hey, I'm going to go out and I'm going to have fun. Sometimes we just need to let, just go out and have some fun. And I get the sense that that's what your angels want you to do. In fact, it could be how you meet this loyal heart. It's about enjoying what you do have, enjoying your friends, your family. What you do have. It's about celebrating your life and what you have in your life right now, and not focusing on what you may have lost. Okay, so let's see where this is all leading. It's actually a really nice message. The outcome is the Empress. Lovely. Yeah, you really are. You're stepping into this beautiful, bountiful, generous, grateful type of energy. Look at how quickly, 5 of Wands, lots of drama. I think you may have people around you that are drama, that are possibly really kind of almost, it comes from a good place, But sometimes when we have a true disappointment or a heartbreak in our life, our friends our friends kind of like want to rally around us, and they kind of cause drama around the heartbreak, as far as they kind of perpetuate it. It's almost like they perpetuate it. They don't mean to. They're trying to be super supportive. But it's almost kind of like you have kind of fallen into this too. It's kind of it's like your friend circle is trying to be super supportive, but it's all about, well, we have to get Scorpio over this. And it's kind of like, okay, that's been going on long enough, because what's happened is you're just kind of stuck in that energy, right? The Eight of Swords, kind of stuck in this cage of what has happened in the past. And it's really time to step out of that cage. The top is open. You can get out, Scorpio. And, you know, it could mean that you need to walk on a new path. With the Queen of Wands, regain your mojo, regain your confidence. And one of the ways to do that is really to start celebrating what is good in your life. Like, you may even have to have that conversation with your friends. Okay, we're not talking about the past anymore. We are celebrating the future. It's like really stepping into that. Like, I don't want to hear it anymore. Okay, yeah, Seven of Wands. You're overcoming all of this. You're overcoming it. You're determined to overcome it. You're determined to celebrate life again. And the Empress is just such a lovely energy. It's like a whole new life for yourself. This is very similar to the Pisces reading. It truly is. So once again, you know, if you have Pisces in your chart, you may want to look at that reading, or if you're dealing with a Pisces. Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify these. We have the Eight of Swords, Two of Cups, Judgment. Yeah, Two of Swords, not knowing what to do. Okay, so you have had a very painful ending with a soulmate. Somebody that you probably thought was going to go the test of time. And with the Judgment card, it's kind of like you had to make a decision, or you may have to make a decision in regards to this relationship. The Judgment card can mean that this, either you or the other person has wanted to try to reunite. Or it could just mean that you've had to take a really good look at this relationship and the pain that it has caused you, and made a judgment call about, I have to walk away from this situation. So there is a lot of pain here, Scorpio, and that is, you know, why you have this orphaned energy. Now, I do want to remind you that the reading ends with the Empress, you know, a really nice energy. So you're going from something that is really sad at the very beginning, possibly of October, and into something really lovely. Now, we have 3 planets that are still in retrograde. They all will be going direct by October 18th. I would not be surprised if, you know, October, the beginning of October could be, you know, you just trying to release yourself from this energy, trying to step more into an energy of, you know, being grateful, looking at the blessings of this ending. And then by the end of October, like, you're really stepping into a new life. Like, you're kind of like, okay, I have worked on that. You know, I've looked at some of the issues in that relationship. I am very grateful that it ended, because it's going to bring me, you know, new and better love here. Okay, so let's take a look at this Temperance card. So Temperance is about balance, bringing balance. Also realizing that, you know, this is part of the divine timing. This is part of your soul's journey. So we have the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, the Devil and the Ten of Wands. Okay, you can overcome this, Scorpio. One of the things is that your area of resistance is that you're just kind of holding on to this past energy. It could have been a codependent energy with the devil card here. There could have also been some addictions, with this other person, or you could, especially since we have the Two of Cups, this could be a twin flame connection that has, you have gone into separation. And with the devil energy here, it's just that it's that magnetic energy that you have with the twin flame. Very hard to cut those cords. But a lot of holding out, almost holding out for this person, and the Ten of Wands, kind of just holding on to this energy. I get a sense that you're kind of holding on to the end, perhaps being hopeful that things will change. You're also kind of holding on to the past, the pain from the past, just having a very difficult time. And I think for a lot of you, it is perhaps a twin flame connection. I really meant for this to be a general reading. This is kind of coming out. But I feel like some of you need to hear this message that for the time being, this situation is over. If it's a twin flame situation, there is a lot of times in the twin flame journey a parting, a separation, so that each of you can work on your own soul lessons. And then when those are learned, then you can come back together. And part of your journey is learning to celebrate what you have to offer the world. Because with the Y card, there is a purpose here. There is a true purpose, and it's about going within to learn more about what your purpose is here. Yeah, we have a high priestess, becoming victorious by listening to your intuition and going on a new path. I do feel like some of you may feel like you might want to reunite with this person. I am going to say that the cards are showing that that's not going to happen at this time. It doesn't mean that it won't happen in the future. There's something else that you need to do before that can happen. So let's take a look at this Three of Cups. We have the Moon, the Wheel, the Seven of Swords, Magician again. I'm going to say with these two cards together, I feel like there has been some manipulation, not on your part, but on the other person's part. These two cards going together, once again with the Devil card here, I'm going to say there's codependency, toxicity in this relationship. There's, once again, you need to go ahead and recognize that there's a lot you don't know here. For some of you, there could have been even a third party that you didn't know about. This person also could have been... the Three Cups can be a sign of addiction, especially since we have the Devil card here. So like, substance abuse, alcohol or, drug abuse. They could have had that situation. They could have been very, very much hiding it from you. And you didn't realize it. I think you may come into realizing it and you are ready to step into your own world. Like you're ready to leave it. If you are the one with, for some of you, it could be that you have, some kind of addiction, substance abuse addiction, and you're coming into the reality of realizing you have to step into a new chapter. You need to get some help. Whatever that means for you, you need to perhaps get some help so that you can step into a new path for yourself. Really interesting. I do feel like there is definitely some type of toxicity or codependence or some addiction issues within this relationship, either with the person that you're dealing with or perhaps even with yourself. It could be somebody is... in this situation is almost like, I want to say, a pathological liar. I don't think that's you, Scorpio. But, that's not going to resonate with everybody, but it could resonate with some of you. I feel like when you're listening to this message, like you're going to get like a little intuitive niggle. you know, it's going to be like, yeah, I think that's it. Because I think for a lot of you, if this person left you and you're not really sure why, I think, you know, depending on what I've said so far in the reading, I think you may start to get an inkling as to why this relationship ended. Now, with the loyal heart here, you know, this could be this person, and once again, you know, a twin flame connection, that this is something that has to be overcome before the two of you can come back together. So let's take a look at the outcome, the Empress. 5 of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, 4 of Swords. 6 of Cups, okay, there's the reuniting. 6 of Cups, Justice, 3 of Cups, Strength. Oh my goodness, lots and lots of a beautiful energy underneath here. Yes, I think there is, you know, there is a situation here that is, you know, with some type of toxicity or addiction, something like that. There's going to become some truth about it. Somebody is going to speak up about it. And it's almost like a clearing of the air. And it's going to help heal this 5 of Pentacles energy, this orphaned energy. For some of you, you know, this addiction could be caused, and you know, sometimes it doesn't even have to be an addiction like to a substance. It could be an addiction to a belief system or an addiction to some type of behavior that is, you know, unhealthy. And it's kind of like as soon as you get the light about it, you are healing whatever this situation is that causes you to partake in this, you know, unhealthy behavior. And once again, it could be you or the person that you're dealing with. It's kind of like they get clarity about it. Or you get clarity about it. Somebody gets clarity about how this behavior or this addiction or this pattern is, or belief system is causing pain in this relationship. And it's almost like the Ace of Swords is like the intuitive knowledge. It comes in as kind of like, oh my goodness, I have to do something about this. Whatever that is. If it's the other person, you may be deciding to leave. If, you know, it's a situation with you, you may be deciding to, you know, get some healing. Whatever that means for you. And then the Empress, I love this energy because the Empress is like starting your life fresh. It's a really nice energy. And it all seems to come together so very quickly. And with this energy at the bottom, look at this. You know, you have the 6 of Cups. This past relationship comes into balance. You're celebrating it. You're actually stronger because of it. And that's a very indication of a twin flame connection. That, you know, you go through something. The two of you each need to learn some soul lesson. And then when you reunite, your bond is even stronger than it was before. Really nice energy. Now, I'm not going to say that what you're feeling right now is a nice energy. I think a lot of you are in pain, and I send you lots of love and hugs for what you're going through right now. But what your guides, your spirit guides, and your angels are saying is that this is part of the process so that you can reconnect, if that's what you want, reconnect and be stronger because of it. And if you don't reconnect, you are going to be strong because look at this, the Empress energy. This is, you know, somebody that is truly loving, can manifest on a high level, is very intuitive, very generous, sees life as a true blessing. Really nice energy that you end with. I'm really excited for you. Okay, so let's go to the Creativity Oracle cards. Yeah. Be gentle with yourself right now. Be very, very gentle. Try to practice self-love and self-care as you're going through this, because I think, you know, This is a difficult time. And Scorpio, you know, you will be going into your season in the middle of October. So we'll be going into your season. So I do feel like a lot of this is the end of your, you know, kind of like birth year, kind of like cleaning out some of this past energy or karma. There could be a lot of karma cleaning out here. And so that you can start your new birth year in a much more beautiful energy. Lovely. Okay, so here is your creativity oracle card, seed. Having the intention to grow like a seed and bloom is at the heart of creativity. Now, I think that is pretty amazing because the Empress is all about blooming. Look at her skirt. It's all blooms, right? And if you look right here, the Empress is pregnant. There's a baby there, the seed, right? And the seed grows into this, you know, beautiful bouquet of flowers. And having the intention to grow like a seed and bloom is at the heart of creativity. But it's at the heart of life, too. It's understanding that this entire situation is taking you from a little seed to the flower, like you're blooming. And sometimes, you know, like when you were a kid and you would go through a growth spurt and your bones would ache, you know, those growing pains that we talk about. I feel like some of you for this month, it could be like you have some of these growing pains, but it's only because it's taking you to a much higher level and either bringing you into connection with a true soulmate or helping you to reunite with your twin flame. Really nice. Okay, so here's your angel message. Okay, and I'll read it to you and then I'll show it to you. Guilt. You do not need another's approval to feel worthy of love. Regardless of what you've done or what you think you've failed to do from your soul's perspective, there's neither right nor wrong. Every experience in life is here to help you expand your awareness of love so that you may embrace ever greater spheres of wisdom. You've done nothing wrong. And I really, really do like that because Scorpio, I think, you know, some of your anxiety in this situation, because, you know, we have the Nine of Swords on the bottom, is, you know, perhaps you feel like you've done something wrong. You know, if you were the one that, you know, harbored some of this addiction or something toxic or a belief system that was hurting this relationship, you may feel a little bit guilty about it, but that was all part of this divine path. And there is no right or wrong. I really love that part. You know, every experience in life is here to help you expand your awareness of love. And from your soul's perspective, there's neither right nor wrong. It's a really lovely message of not allowing your guilt. You know, for some of you, you may be putting yourself into this cage because you feel guilty about something that you think you have done, you know, but there is no right or wrong. And it's about clearing out this situation so that you can step back into your loyal heart. Well, Scorpio, I am going to leave it there. I do wish you lots of love and light in this situation and all your situations. And once again, if you have resonated with the message, I would really appreciate it if you would like, share, or subscribe. But I do hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.